Okay. Hello, my name is Jeremiah Hodge. I am a senior in interdisciplinary studies, and this is my project on leadership, based on the book The Ride of a Lifetime by Robert Iger. So, a little backstory about Rob. He is the CEO of Disney. He made this book, The Ride of a Lifetime. He published in 2019. He started working at Disney in 1996 when the company bought ABC. He led the company from 2005 to 2020, and then again from 2022 to 2026. Because his successor, nobody really liked him. Everyone thought he was not a great guy. So Bob was the one who acquired for Disney, well, a couple companies such as Marvel, they made a lot of movies together, multi-billion dollar industry. Another thing that Bob was a reason for was when Disney bought Pixar. Because of Bob, Disney bought Pixar. Originally, Pixar wasn't willing to sell, but then Bob came in, talked to Steve Jobs, and they had a great partnership and a great understanding of each other. And so Steve Jobs said, "Well, I like you, Bob. I'll let you buy Pixar. Let's make a lot of money together." And finally, he also bought Lucasfilms. Originally, George Lucas wasn't going to sell Lucasfilms, but because of Bob, he said, "Hey, if I do decide to sell, I will sell to you." 10 months later, he called up Bob. He said, "Hey, I'm willing to sell the company." And so, well, why is Bob Iger an authoritative voice on leadership? Well, the reason why he's an authoritative voice on leadership is because, well, reason number one, he is one of the most successful, powerful CEOs of the most successful, powerful company in the whole world. Because his leadership style and his leadership, the company soared to new heights they have never seen before. He helped lead Disney through some of the worst times of their lives. He helped spearhead the company in a whole brand new direction. And he was so popular that when his predecessor was failing, they begged him to come back and become the CEO of Disney again. So the book, The Ride of a Lifetime, is split up into two parts. Part one is about his early life and the challenges that he faced. How he grew up in Long Island, was the oldest of two kids. How in 1974 he moved over. He went over to ABC, and then he moved his way up the ladder till he became the COO. And then in 1996, Disney bought ABC because they wanted to, transform their media. And then, he had to navigate through all that. It was a lot of stressful things, such as like low stock markets, battling with the Disney family, the original Disney family, and also the termination of the deal with Pixar. And this was all spearheaded by his predecessor. So when his predecessor left, Bob came into place. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna help fix the company." And so, he repaired everything with the Disney family, with Pixar. He bought different companies, made Disney the most powerful place that it can be. And so one story that really stuck with me the whole time while I was reading the book was the story of his deal with Pixar. How Michael Eisenhower, his predecessor, he didn't really do good with Pixar, and he kind of treated them like crap. And so then Bob came in, talked to Steve, and they had a great friendship. And he was like, "Hey, I would love to buy the company." And Steve said, "Well, you guys are gonna ruin the company." He said, "Well, I promise to keep the integrity of Pixar." And he said, "You know what, Bob? I like you. Okay, I'll let you buy the company." So three steps that I learned throughout this book that I will keep to heart about being a good leader is one, it's about the environment, that you have to not just have a great environment, but you also have to not accept the mediocrity. It's about the relentless pursuit of perfection, is what Bob called it. Uh, Next lesson was true authority and true leadership comes from knowing who you are and not pretending to be anything else. Which means, hey, if you don't know anything, tell people you don't know anything. Don't let people think that you are this incredible guy when you really aren't. Another lesson I learned from Ride a Lifetime is take big risk, to be creative, to never stop growing, and to always continuing to be better and strive for excellence. So I feel like Kozes and Posner would agree with Robert Iger about this book being a great leadership book, is because one, you have to trust yourself, you have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to be convinced that what you're doing is really good. And that's what Bob went through. He was told while he was trying to become CEO, that he would never become CEO, and he didn't take no for an answer. And he went up there, did his best, and he became the CEO of Disney. Also, they talk about listening and paying attention to people, and you have to have a certain sense of humility with people, and that's what Bob did. When the Disney family was upset at him, when Steve Jobs was upset, he just listened and cared for them and said, "Hey, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I can be here. Let's solve this issue together." And so that's why I would think they would agree with Robert Iger on the book. And so this is my works cited. It was a really great reading this book, doing this presentation.